Welcome once more. So today we are going to do a PLC programming for an automatic wire cutting, wire straightening and cutting machine. What you see in the video here is an example of it. As you see, it has that panel there. It has the control. You set the length, you set the quantity. So as it counts, when it reaches the desired length, it cuts the wire and it cuts a given number of pieces. As you see, it cuts. Have you seen? So the operation of this machine, it has three parts mainly. The automated parts, it has the cutting, extracts and retracts. Then we have the flappers, which open to release the cut wire. Only that this one, the flappers were removed, but others we have the flappers. As the cutter cuts, the flappers open to release the wire. So we are going to try to design the control of that machine using a PLC. So we can start. This time let's start with the builder. Let's start with building the panel. So I shall come here to the project, shall have a new project. So shall use XGB CPU. We go to communication settings. Here we are designing the HMI panel human interface. Yeah, so we shall use PLC simulator and use program monitor. So I think that's all for now. Say okay. Then I'll right click, screen property. You can choose any background color you want, but me, I prefer white because it is more clear. Say okay. Yeah, there we go. So now let me start with a rectangular widget. Have a rectangle. I'll draw my rectangle like that. The line width can give it 3. The line color can be blue. The rectangle color, it can be gray. Select here gray and you say okay. As you see, then I will have a text widget. I will draw my text there. Then the text will be automatic wire straightening and cutting machine. Automatic wire straightening and cutting machine. So I can have the font something like 16. Color I can give it blue. Bold, center, yeah. Font size you can choose any you want. Me, I'll leave that one. Say okay. Let me increase a bit here on the font size to 18. So okay. Yeah, so that is it. Automatic wire straightening and cutting machine. So we shall start putting the parts of the machine. One, we have the hydraulic. The hydraulic part is that one which enables the cutter. The cutter uses hydraulic to cut. So we shall have a hydraulic motor. So allow me have this rectangle. I have blue steel. here I can have the same gray. Select here gray. Here I have 3. Say okay. Yes, then I'll have this text widget. I say hydraulic. Is it the SP with there? Here I'll give it just 14. Text color blue, bold. Say okay. Precise. So there we go. So I'll copy these ones. I'll copy these very ones and put here. I'll copy these very ones and put here. Yeah, so this one will be drive. This is the section that drives the wire into the machine, the motor that drives the wire. Then this one is the cutting section. Say cutting. Yeah, so the design is not exactly as you saw on the panel, but we find the functionality though for you can design in your own way. So hydraulic shall have, let's put a bit lamp that will be showing that the hydraulic is on. So display on off, that one can work. Say okay. So after having the lamp, now let's have the buttons to switch on and off the hydraulic motor. We shall have a bit switch. Display, same image, change palette, library. Let's choose a better one. That one may be button switch around. So okay. And tick that one. When it is on, I can have something like that. When it is off, something like that. Basics, this is momentarily. When you say, you can have text, use caption. When off, it is stop. Let's start, it is start. Then when on, still it is start. So the color can be black, bold, center, 12. Yeah. So okay. The color should be black for both sides. Text. When off, black, bold. Okay. So that is it. Control CV, let's copy and paste. So this one will be text caption. Text, this one will be stop. So even if off, it will be stop. So So that one is for hydraulic is done. So for the drive, I'll copy this lamp, Ctrl CV, put here, again copy and put here. So this text caption, I'll copy it. Then this one will be for forward. Name it forward. I'll copy and paste that one. Then call it reverse. So this machine has a forward and reverse direction, and more so when we are still putting the wire, or when we want to withdraw the wire, we use a reverse direction. So now shall we have our lamps. I'll copy this one. I'll add another one. I'll add another one. I'm using copy and paste. Don't ask me where I'm getting the lamps from. It is the buttons from. It is copy and paste. So this one I'm going to rename it as forward FX. Even when it is off, it is FX. Right there. Then this one I'm going to rename it as stop. Even when off, it is the same stop. Okay, then this one I'm going to have a reverse. Reverse, even when off, it is still going to be a reverse. So okay, so that is the drive part of it. It's going to have forward, stop, and reverse. Forward is when your wire goes in front, reverse when you are withdrawing the wire. Then cutting, I'll see Ctrl CV. I'll put here the first one, CV. I'll put here the second one, Ctrl CV. I'll put here the third one. Are they aligning? So now the buttons, we have Ctrl CV 1, Ctrl V 2, Ctrl V 3. So alignment not better, but let's try to go by that. So now here I'm going to name this one. This one is going to open the flapper. It's going to open the flapper. Text. Control copy, even when off, it is flapper. So this one is going, shall have cut. This one is the cutter. So shall have cut U. I mean cut D. It means cut down. Cutter down. Text even when off. Shall have cutter down. So cutter down, or it is going to help us. Cutter down is when the the cutter moves down to cut the wire. Then this one we shall have cutter up. Cutter up is when the cutter goes back after cutting the wire. Hope you're getting. Is when the cutter goes up after cutting the wire. Yeah, flapper, cutter down, cutter up. Hey, it is. Let me say cutter up with I use U instead of P. I use U instead of P. So now this machine has two operation modes. It has automatic and the manual mode. It has automatic and the manual mode. So let's first have this our screens to display the length and the number of pieces. So here we shall have numeric display somewhere here. So display text. Let's change the display library. Things are selected black one. I already chose this one. So okay. Then text I'm going to use 20 size. Color is going to be red. Bold, of course, in the center. So okay. So that's the display. Let's say Control CV. I copy and paste somewhere here. So when I copy this text and put it here, and rename this one as length. Length is going to be in millimeters. Then I copy this one still and put here. And this one is going to be quantity, the number of wires to be cut, the number of pieces. So that's text display. So we shall be setting, you can set the length yourself and also set the quantity yourself. That one we shall use a numeric input. So shall we have here numeric input. Let's have display. I'll choose another one. Can have black still, but a different design. This one. Text color I can use a bit the same red. Okay, you can choose any you want. Bold, center, the size 20. Say okay. So now this one here we set the length we want and the length will be displayed here. Then here we set the quantity, number of pieces, number of wires we want, and it will be displayed here. It will be counting whatever wire it cuts, then it displays. When it reaches a given number, maybe the machine stops or it initiates an alarm, or according to what you have designed, it's up to you. So now we have 3 buttons remaining actually. allow me have this rectangle here. Line color the same blue, line width 3. Here I shall give the same gray. Select here, say okay. Then I will have my lamps. I will copy still. First wait, if I rename this lamp, here we can name it flapper, just F, flapper, Ctrl CV. Then this one we shall name it cutter down. Are you getting? Yes. Ctrl CV. Then this one shall name it cutter up. So out there, what happens is when you press flapper, it opens. When you release, it closes. Cutter down, when you press, it cuts, goes down, it remains there. When you press cutter up, it moves up. When it goes down, it cuts, then it moves up again to wait for another cutting. So let me first copy these my lamps. I have here to show automatic or manual. Here automatic, then here it's going to show. Hey, we had something we forgot. That machine has what we call a roller. The roller, it moves up and down. It moves up to allow when fixing the wire inside, then it moves down to compress that wire so that as it rolls, it pulls the wire either forward or reverse according to the direction of the drive motor. So we are going to include it and we shall see how it works. So we are going to have some other bit switch. So now this one is going to be alternative. When you press, it is on. When you press it again, it is off. When you press, it is on. When you press it again, it's off. In the real wiring, we can refer to it as a what? As a selector switch. Yeah, so here we are going to have this first one is going to be roller. So you're going to be roller, then display. We want something that can refer, let me see, rectangle, switch, square. So when on, when off, so this one is for the roller, Ctrl CV. So this one, it is going to help us to put either in auto or manual. Manual stroke auto. manual, auto we have for the roller, then we can have emergency. Emergency. So if I copy this one and put here, this one is going to indicate for the roller. Let me put L R, I mean. This one is going to indicate for manual. Then this one is going to indicate for auto. We are going to use these lamps to do our simulation because the machine I just recorded it somewhere. I don't have it. That maybe you shall programming as you shall be programming as you see what happens on the machine. You know, I just recorded it somewhere. So we are going to use the lamps to do our simulation. I don't have the machine, and also the real PLC I don't have it. So we shall bear. If you have one, I shall say thank you. When you have it, I come for it. So this is the roller, this is manual, this is auto, this is power. So I want us to understand our machine very well. So this is the panel we are going to use. So here, this is a hydraulic simple. It's going to be starting the motor of the hydraulic. The hydraulic motor is the one that the cutter uses to move up and down. This is drive motor that drives the wire in the machine when it is forward, or out the machine when it is reverse. And this is a stop button. Then this is the cutting mechanism. As I told you, the flapper cut down is for this button. It cuts down, it moves down to cut the wire. Then as it moves down to cut the wire, the flapper opens to release the cut wire to fall outside. Then cutter up, you take back at the cutter after cutting the wire. The cutter only works when hydraulic is on. Are we getting? Yeah. So this is lamp for forward, this is for reverse. Then here it displays the length of the wire that we are cutting, then the quantity, the number of wires that we are supposed to cut. Here the number of wires so far cut, and here the length so far moved by a wire. Then this is the roller. This is the lamp for the roller. As I told you, the roller opens and closes. When you're fixing in the wire, you open the roller. Then after fixing, you close it. It touches the wire so that as it rolls, it pulls the wire in or out. So this one is manual or automatic. So this machine can be run in manual or automatic. Then this is emergency for the power. So when in manual, hydraulic will work. When in manual, forward will work. Reverse will work. Stop will work. Still when in manual, when you hold the flapper, it opens. When you release, it closes. When you cut down, it cuts and remains there. When you cut up, it goes up and it remains there up. That is when in manual mode. Also when in manual, a key feature is when in manual mode, the forward does not self-hold, and also the reverse does not self-hold. What does it mean? When you press the forward button, the motor runs forward. When you release it, it stops. When you press the reverse button, the motor runs reverse. When you release it, it stops. But hydraulic holds. When in automatic mode, still hydraulic works the same. It holds. Here, forward button, when you press, it goes in self-holding. You press and release, the motor continues running. That is in automatic. The stop, it stops the motor, but in automatic, reverse does not work. Reverse does not work when the motor is in automatic. Also, when in automatic, the button for flapper does not work. It is initiated itself. The button for cut down does not work. It is initiated by itself. The button for cutter up, it also does not work. Hope you are getting. Then when in automatic, also the button for the roller does not work, because the roller has to be ever on when in automatic. Once you put in automatic, it comes on by itself. It closes. The button only works in manual. When you open and close, that's when you are fixing the wire. But once you set the machine in automatic, when it starts running, the button for roller, the roller switches on, but the button functionality goes off. So there we remain with only manual and auto. That one works forever. Also emergency, that one works forever. So this is the design that we are going to use. So now what is remaining, we are going to go to ladder logic in PLC programming and design our circuit, which is going to help us implement the functionality of DC HMI. Thanks for watching. That has been part 1. So let's move on to part 2. Whoever wishes to follow us in part 2, please follow the link in the description below, so that you can see how we go about with the ladder logic programming. Yeah, and we make our panel functional. Thanks for watching. See you in part 2.